Are you craving a trip on Space Mountain? Well, we've got the next best thing. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli, and in today's House and Mouse headlines, another piece of Pixar Pier opens, Walt Disney World gets a new Passholder event, some exciting Star Wars casting news, and a movie director gets fired. That and so much more, so let's get to it.
Hear the latest news from the Walt Disney Company in today's House of Mouse headlines.
I never thought there would be so much buzz about plastic straws within the Disney fan community, but here we are. The Walt Disney Company has launched a multi-year plan to reduce plastic waste, and the first step is to eliminate single-use plastic straws and stirrers at all of their Disney-owned and operated locations beginning in mid-2019. Beyond that, Disney plans to use refillable in-room amenities in their hotels and cruise ships, use less plastic bags in their shops, reduce the use of plastic cups, and of course continue their recycling initiative. With all of this good Samaritan work announced, I feel like there must be an attraction in here somewhere that would fit in Epcot's The Land Pavilion quite nicely. Over at Disney California Adventure at the Disneyland Resort, Bing Bong's Sweet Stuff has opened in the new Pixar Pier. Originally, Bing Bong's was supposed to open with the first phase of the pier, but there were some delays. Of course, Bing Bong is a character from the film Inside Out, and Disney Parks blog describes the new shop this way. Bing Bong's Sweet Stuff offers guests a scrumptious selection of candies, saltwater taffy, rainbow cotton candy, caramel apples, as well as fun Pixar souvenirs, apparel, and accessories. Jangles the Clown serves up memory refreshers, which are frozen drinks available in all colors and flavors. There's also Rainbow Unicorn, who oversees a colorful corner of the shop. Me personally, I've never met a cake pop I didn't like, so I'd probably head in that direction first. Not so long ago, Walt Disney World announced their upcoming holiday festivities, so now it's Disneyland's turn. The holidays will begin at Disneyland on November 9th and run through January 6th. Some favorites returning will be Viva Navidad, Believe in Holiday Magic Fireworks, Festival of the Holidays, Sleeping Beauty's Winter Castle, A Christmas Fantasy Parade, It's a Small World Holiday, Haunted Mansion Holiday, and Cars Land will once again get in the holiday spirit. The press release didn't announce anything new yet for this year, but there are a couple of holiday festivities not listed, leaving us wondering whether or not they'll be returning. Jungle Cruise Holiday Layover Jingle Cruise was not included once again, meaning that it probably won't be returning to Disneyland Park. Plus, there was no mention of World of Color Season of Light. This one I'm hoping they'll announce at a later date. This is my favorite version of World of Color, but from what I hear, some major damage was done to World of Color during construction of Pixar Pier. My guess is that they're just waiting to see how long it takes to fix before making an official announcement about its return. Very often, Disney tries to get sponsors for their attractions that coincide with the theme of the ride or show. For example, Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress is an attraction about technology and progress, so the original sponsor of the attraction was General Electric. Disney gets money to build the attraction, and the sponsor gets good advertisement since it's a related subject matter. Well, a lot of sources are suggesting that there will be a new sponsor for Magic Kingdom's Splash Mountain, and I don't know if it's absolutely hilariously genius or just a crazy coincidence, but Splash Mountain's new sponsor will be, wait for it, Ziploc. Yep, that's right, the Zippity-Doo-Dah ride will be sponsored by Ziploc. Simply amazing. In addition to the great name/song tie-in, I'm sure that a lot of people have used Ziploc bags to keep their phones and wallets dry while riding. Has Ziploc ever been in the poncho business? Ziplockity-doo-dah, Ziplockity-ay. Over at Disney Springs, we have a new quick-service restaurant there called Chicken Guy. This restaurant is a creation from celebrity chef Guy Fieri and restaurateur Robert Earl. It'll be located right near Planet Hollywood, where Guy Fieri also has the line of his signature burgers on the Planet Hollywood menus. The menu at Chicken Guy will feature one-of-a-kind, all-natural fresh chicken tenders, hand-pounded to maximize crunch and paired with a wide selection of delicious sauces. Brined in fresh lemon juice, pickle brine, and buttermilk, and infused with fresh herbs, these tenders deliver on flavor and texture. The menu features the tenders grilled or fried in sandwiches, straight up on skewers, or in meal-sized salad bowls, and a wide array of sauces to enjoy with the chicken, as well as tempting sides like Guy Fieri's fries, crowd-pleasing mac and cheese, fried pickles, and fresh slaw. These descriptions make me salivate, and I'm a fan of Guy Fieri's shows on Food Network, but my Guy restaurant experiences have not been the best in the past. I went to his now defunct restaurant in Times Square a couple of times, and I always was disappointed by it. The descriptions and photos of the foods always look great, but I always felt like the flavor never had the punch that you would expect from his food. I'm really hoping that Chicken Guy's food ends up being as delicious as it sounds. For a long time, I've always heard that Disneyland annual pass holders get a lot more special events than Walt Disney World annual pass holders. I'm happy to say that Walt Disney World is stepping up their game with VIP pass holder events if you're a Gold, Platinum, Platinum Plus, or Premier pass holder. On August 5th, Magic Kingdom will remain open from 10 p.m. to midnight, and on September 26th and October 25th, Epcot will remain open from 9 to 11 p.m. These events are free to the pass holders I mentioned, but you must register in advance in order to attend. Over at Hong Kong Disneyland, they've revealed the name of their upcoming Ant-Man and the Wasp attraction. It will be called Ant-Man and the Wasp Nano Battle. It has been confirmed that Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly will appear in the attraction. Disney describes the attraction saying, "When a routine trip to the SHIELD Science and Technology Pavilion at Stark Expo takes an unexpected turn, guests join forces with the Ant-Man and the Wasp and the SHIELD's state-of-the-art vehicle to fight against Arnim Zola and his army of Hydra swarm bots in a heroic battle." This attraction is scheduled to open in 2019. If you haven't been living under a rock, you've probably heard the news that James Gunn has been fired as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Some controversial tweets from years ago resurfaced, so Alan Horn, Walt Disney Studios chairman, made a statement saying, quote, "The offensive attitudes and statements discovered on James's Twitter feed are indefensible and inconsistent with our studio's values, and we have severed our business relationship with him." Frankly, I call BS. These tweets were not new, and although they are a bit twisted, they were clearly written in jest. You may not think they're funny, and you're certainly not required to, but for Disney to act as if they didn't know of their existence before Volume 1, I would guess and say they're not being truthful. I'm not going to get into the details of what the tweets said. You can find them easily with a Google search if you'd like. I just think that this is a slippery slope because it feels as though Disney is being inconsistent as to who they fire over such things and who they decide to keep around. Honestly, I didn't plan on covering this story until a replacement director was found, but there's been so much support coming from the stars of Guardians of the Galaxy and throughout Hollywood that I felt I needed to say something about it. It also leads into an interesting World of Color leak, believe it or not. Actor Bobcat Goldthwait had this to say on his Instagram account. "I love James Gunn. He's a loyal friend, super talented, passionate, and kind. I wanted to say something, so here it is. Dear Disney, I would hate for you to come off as hypocritical, so I'm suggesting that you remove my voice from an attraction that's coming to your park. It's called World of Color Villainous, and I reprise the role of Pain, a role I played in Hercules. You see, here's the deal. Years ago, I made a lot of sarcastically shocking and offensive jokes. Many that I'm embarrassed about now. And I'd hate to make you guys look bad, seeing that I'm openly critical of the president and his administration, and you seem to be taking your lead from some of his radical fringe supporters. I think James Woods may have recorded a voice for this new attraction too. Why not check out some of his wacky past tweets? They're a hoot. For the record, I stand with survivors of sexual abuse, and I was wondering if you guys are still making money off of your movie Powder. Asking for a friend. Thanks, Bobcat." Now, obviously, there's a lot of sarcasm in this Instagram post, and I do wonder whether or not he knew that he was leaking the title of what seems to be a not yet announced Halloween World of Color, which also probably means that Mickey's Halloween Party will indeed be headed to Disney California Adventure next year. Who knew that so much Disney news could come out of a director being fired? If I had to guess, my guess would be that the character of Pain will indeed be edited out of the show. Disney Pictures has bestowed upon us quite an extended look at Christopher Robin, due in theaters August 3rd. I just love how this movie seems to have come out of nowhere, yet seems to be one of the live-action movies I'm looking most forward to. I remember hearing about a Christopher Robin movie a while back, but then it seems like there was a silence for a long time until a few months ago. First, we got the little teaser that piqued everyone's interest, and now with this extended look, I think it's safe to say that most people are counting down the days till it's released. It looks to me like Disney has another major hit on their hands. Seems like a very sweet movie with talented actors both on-screen and performing voices, but the thing that excites me most about what I've seen is the style of the film. I'm absolutely in love with the look of Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, and the rest of the gang. They're not the bright characters we're used to seeing. They're aged, their colors are muted, and they simply look like they belong in the real world. It's such a cool style, and I'm looking really forward to catching this film. I'll include a link in the episode description so you can check out this extended peek at the film if you haven't already. And now for some casting news in the world of Star Wars. We got confirmation that Billy D. Williams would be returning in the role of Lando Calrissian, plus Carrie Russell will indeed be part of Episode 9. We've also learned that Carrie Fisher will appear in the film as Princess Leia. Here's what J.J. Abrams had to say about her appearance. We desperately loved Carrie Fisher. Finding a truly satisfying conclusion to the Skywalker saga without her eluded us. We were never going to recast or use a CG character. With the support and blessing from her daughter Billy, we have found a way to honor Carrie's legacy and role as Leia in Episode 9 by using unseen footage we shot together in Episode 7. Also returning to the film will be Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker and Anthony Daniels as C-3PO. And finally, John Williams will return to finish the saga he began scoring back in 1977. Star Wars Episode 9 is due out in December of 2019. If you've listened to Disney Coast to Coast for a long time, you may remember a segment called Frozen News of the Week. It's starting to feel like I may need to create a new segment called Fox News of the Week. Disney is now one step closer to owning Fox because the Walt Disney Company and 21st Century Fox shareholders voted in favor of Disney's $71.3 billion offer to purchase Fox's assets. It sounds like pretty soon we'll be saying welcome Princess Anastasia to the Disney Princess line. I do want to mention a message that was sent to me this past week. On Wednesday's episode, we had a discussion about Toy Story Land at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and we were talking about where exactly the land fit in the park. Bank Boss 3 wrote in to say, Toy Story Land actually sits where a small bit of the backlot tour used to be. Specifically where Slinky Dog Dash's line is and where the mural is right when you get on Slinky Dog. The part of the backlot tour that was where Slinky's dog's line is now was actually the Earful Tower. And if you look at the mural, there's a drawing of a tower for the Green Army Men, and right above that tower, in the drone, is a cloud that is the silhouette of Mickey. I think that this is a shout out to the Earful Tower. I absolutely love this little hidden treat in Toy Story Land. Thank you for sharing it with me. If you guys ever want to write to the show, feel free to contact me at contact@DisneyCoastToCoast.com. And before we get going, we got to get to this week's Twitter poll. As I mentioned, this past Wednesday's episode was all about Toy Story Land as well as Pixar Pier, so I asked you in the Twitter poll, which land's food are you more interested in tasting? The choices, of course, were Toy Story Land and Pixar Pier. The winner was Pixar Pier with 58% of the votes, and Toy Story Land with 42% of the votes. If you want to take part in the Twitter poll, simply follow DIZNEYCTC on Twitter, and we'll do that every single week. Also, make sure you sign up for the music playlist. It's almost a new month, which means there's a new music playlist coming out. Head out to DisneyCoastToCoast.com and click on playlists there to sign up for that. All of our social media can be found at DisneyCoastToCoast.com, and of course, leave those 5-star ratings and reviews to help other Disney fans find the show more easily. This episode of Disney Coast to Coast was produced by Philip Elke, who has supported the show through Patreon. If you'd like to become a DCTC producer or gain other rewards, more information can be found at patreon.com/DCTC. Other than that, folks, have a magical day. Bye!
Thanks for watching Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Disney Coast to Coast is produced and hosted by Jeff DePaoli. Learn more about the podcast and become a supporter at DisneyCoastToCoast.com.